We are off to see the site that Bohol is most famous for, the iconic Chocolate Hills.
Another cold and rainy night without you lying by my side. I can't sleep, already tried, but still I dream away.
But instead of going to the usual view deck, we decided to try a different experience. This is an adventure after all.
Days turned into months, you're still the one I want. But I can't.
Honestly, yung ATV was a little bit, siguro ATV eh. So it's really, the ride was really bumpy. So maputik, gano'n, nadumihan yung sapatos ko, no?
How I miss the sun, missing all the fun. Do you think about me now and then? How I miss the sun, looking into those eyes, wishing that somehow we could go back again. One more time. Kissing while we made new plans, but still I dream away. Thinking about the way it was, maybe just the two of us. We had it all, but we got.
What exactly is a chocolate hill? We learned its origin story when we went to the Bohol History Museum. I don't know how much of the details we remember, but here's our version at least of the history of the Chocolate Hills.
Interestingly, when we went to to the museum, Bohol Museum, I don't know what's it called. Parang pinakita doon parang how the hills were formed. Parang sinabi niya doon, years, have several years, or I don't know how many years.
The Chocolate Hills were formed over millions of years.
That island of Bohol was submerged kasi under the sea.
Due to the volcanic activity and the movement of the tectonic plates, the land started to
Tapos I think it's made up of corals plus the movement of the sea. Then that's how it created all those parang mountains. And over time, parang ganun siya.
The part of the Chocolate Hills, they were corals, and they started to gather on the surface of the water. But as the land was rising over millions of years, the movement of the water created the mounds. And eventually, the mounds were shaped by the movement of water and the streams, and then they hardened and eventually became what is now known as the Chocolate Hills.
Yun nga, tas eventually kasi parang nag-emerge, parang ganun, nag-emerge na lang yung Bohol, the island. Thus, the Bohol Hills.
I've seen the Chocolate Hills before from a panoramic point of view, but this is the first time I've ever actually climbed one of these things. I don't know how tall this hill was, but some have been measured to be as high as 400 feet. This one seemed to be on the smaller side though. All that hard work climbing up the stairs was rewarded with a great view of the Chocolate Hills countryside.
Oh, yeah. Another cold and rainy night without you lying by my side. I can't sleep, already tried, but still I dream away. Thinking about the way it was, oh baby, just the two of us. We had it all, but we got lost with nothing left to say. Days turned into months, you're still the one I want, but I carry on, yeah. But all the memories live inside of me, even when you're gone. How I miss the sun, missing all the fun. Do you think about me now and then? How I miss the sun, looking into those.
The first time I went to the Chocolate Hills was in 2009, and I saw the hills from the view deck of the government-owned Chocolate Hills complex in Carmen. It was really an awesome sight because you could see hills as far as the eye could see. I was ignorant of the whole thing back then. I thought there were just around 20 or maybe even 100 or so hills. I didn't know how many there were. I didn't know there were 1,700 of them. This time, we were not able to go to the view deck because after the ATV and going up that one hill, we were exhausted already. We decided that this experience was enough for us and that we just have to live with our decision to forgo the view deck.
So, but somehow yung pinuntahan namin using the ATV, parang there was also a deck, pero I think it's different from the more popular view deck na kitang-kita mo talaga yung mga hills. But yeah, it's still impressive and medyo ano din siya, awe-inspiring because ang dami. You'd imagine how did this came to be, no? So, may ganong amazement.
I would recommend the view deck in Carmen more because here, it was more about riding the ATV and taking pictures. The hills were not the star of the show. Also, the ATV experience was missing that component of educating tourists about the Chocolate Hills as a natural wonder and treasure of the Philippines. There was no one telling us how the hills were formed or how they were being protected. We didn't come away from the experience with a feeling of awe that would make us want to preserve this for future generations of Filipinos. So in essence, it was just all about exploitation. At the view deck, I can say that the experience is more grandiose and even transformative, seeing the whole view of God's creation from such a high vantage point. At least that's what I felt when I first saw it from up there for the first time. It made my jaw drop. So, in order to get a more definitive experience of the Chocolate Hills, go to the view deck first.